What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marvel of Matter back with another video. And today, what I'm going to talk about, man, it's going to be a good one, is the old school players versus the new school players, man. The old school players versus the new school players. So, this just came to me. I felt compelled to talk about this. One thing that when I was really trying to learn game, and one thing that I noticed in, watching content, and just like when I used to ask the older dudes that I knew, dudes that was like, that grew up in the 90s or grew up in the 80s or whatever it is, just like and I know that they did well with women, they're good with women, right? When I would ask them, why are you so confident with women? Like, how are you so confident? Like, what is it about, like, why? How are you so confident with it? Of course, they had done approaches, they had done, had experience and all that stuff, but the common answer that I got, I'm not even gonna lie, is that they always like, man, because I know if I get my hands on her, I'm gonna tear her up. Like, I already know I'm gonna have her hollering, right? There's a sexual confidence that they had, right? And it was more geared outward, right? The way that they view dating, the way that they view game, the way that they approach the game, I should say, is more directed outward than it is inward. They're more concerned about the girl. They're more concerned about, bro, she look good. I want her. I'm gonna go talk to her. I want her. It's what I want, so I'm gonna go get it, right? As opposed to, does she like me? Is she feeling me? Is she interested in me? Right? So they have a lot more confidence when it comes to that. Now, with experience and understanding, they all still come to the conclusion that you got to kind of see who's interested in you. You got to kind of see, like, okay, is she feeling you? It's time and opportunity, right? Is it the right time to do it? Is it a good opportunity to do it? Nah, it's not worth it. It's not gonna happen. Is she being receptive? Nah, it's not gonna. Like, they still come to those same conclusions, but they're not starting at that point, right? So they have the drive to go and try, and then they learn to pull it back. That's how the old school players do it. That's how anybody who does it through experience in general is gonna learn game. You're gonna learn because you have the drive to go and talk, right? That's how I learned it. I was going up and trying to talk to girls and being like, it's not working. What the hell? Why isn't this working? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then I learned, or by comparing it to the successful experiences to the unsuccessful ones, like, okay, when I really think about it, it only goes well if the girl is very, very enthusiastic and interested about it. I personally don't have the patience or the charisma or whatever you want to call it to convince a girl to like me. I just don't have that. I've come to terms with that. I'm not gonna convince her, and I don't feel like it ever would work. It's never worked for me. I don't think that I see it work for other people, for them to convince the girl, at least long term. Nobody that I know is like, oh yeah, you gotta just convince her, right? Everybody I know deals with women that like them. Everybody I know that does well with women, they deal with women that like them. Now, it's gonna be different types of women that like those guys, but I don't know anybody who is not dealing with women that just like them, personally. Maybe if I was exposed to that, I could learn how to do it and whatever. But personally, that's not what I've seen. I've seen the old school players. They're like who likes you in time and opportunity. What is she being receptive? What's the situation looking like? Right? But they start off with, ooh, I will tear her up. Let me go talk. Like, that's the main concern. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking first, oh, does she like me? Oh, is she feeling me? The first thing they're thinking is, I would tear her up. Then they just know, okay, all right, well, I got to see if she want to be torn up, right? That's how they kind of thinking about it. Whereas the new school game is more like, man, girls don't really like guys like that. So you got to make sure you look amazing. You got to make sure you do this and you do that, and you have the 6-pack abs and you're 6 feet tall, and you make 6 figures, and you do this and you do that. Like, it's so much worrying about you first, worrying about how your presentation, worrying about all that stuff first before you're worried about, before it's sexual, right? It's more you're worried about your image before you're worrying about the drive, your sexual drive of wanting to talk to the girl. Because there's been so much like propaganda to scare guys away from girls. Right? And those are old school guys, they don't have that fear of like girls don't like guys. Right? They just have that like, I want to go talk to her. And then they find out, oh, all right, well, she don't like me. All right, cool. She still look good though. It's not like, does she like me? Does she like me? Does she like me? Okay, now I can talk to her. Right? Like I said though, they do learn when to go up and talk to her. They learn when the right time and opportunity is, but that's through experience. They don't go into the game. Like a lot of guys that I talk to on my coaching calls, just a lot of guys I see on content, like asking questions or, you know, those types of things in comment sections, all this stuff. Their primary focus and primary concern is, will the girls like me? It's not even do I like the girls? It's not even about the girls. It's about, do the girls like me? It's definitely a more feminine perspective, right? It's definitely a more feminine perspective. Now, being aware that you're handsome and knowing how to use that as leverage, which is handsome man's game, that is not the same as just worrying about if the girls like you. That's knowing girls like you and maneuvering accordingly because you know girls like you, so you know how to move. Right? That's what these guys learn eventually. Is like, okay, I know that she likes me, so I'm gonna do this, so I'm gonna do that. I know she's not really feeling me, and let's see if, you know, over time, and boom, boom, boom. Like, they learn to move based on the interest level of the girls later. But they started off just going for girls. They had the gusto, they had the drive behind them. We are waiting for a reason to go. And that's a completely different issue, right? The new age is waiting for a reason to go. And girls are not really going to give you a reason to go, right? And more importantly, you're not going to learn the reason to go. They're only going to give reasons to a certain amount of guys, right? That's just what it is. They're only going to give reasons to a certain amount of guys. Even if you're handsome, you might not get those reasons, right? You might not get those signs to come up and talk. So you need to have that natural drive to want to go talk to girls. You need to get over that fear of not wanting to talk, of, you know, waiting to see if it's okay to talk to girls and just be like, I'm gonna go talk to this girl. And then you learn the best ways to do it, the best times to do it, right? Once you do it, you cannot master it by watching content. You can learn it by watching content. You can learn, oh, I heard this was a good time. Marv told me this was a good time. He said this was a good sign. This was this. But until you go do it, right, it's not going to click. It's not going to register. And you're not going to do it perfectly, right? You're not going to watch a video. I tell you, hey, if a girl does this, she's feeling you. You're not going to go out into the world and then do it and execute it perfectly. That's just not going to happen. So you're going to have to make mistakes. The old school was not afraid to make mistakes. They didn't have YouTube to tell them how to do game, right? They had to just go figure it out. So they had to go talk to girls in order to figure it out. So then they talked to girls and they figured out, okay, this is this is that, this is this is that, right? And then they honed their game that way. You have an advantage by having YouTube and having people who've already gone through it, be able to give you the spark notes, be able to give you, you know, the key points, but you still have to go out and do it. And you really need to allow your sexual drive to push you to do that, right? The desire for women has to be greater than the fear of the woman not liking you. Because if you think about it like, man, she look good, I want her, I'm gonna go get her, right? And you think about that and you do it, right? Which is what I used to do, right? I'm not against cold approaching. I just know what it is, right? I'm not against cold approaching because I'm scared of it. I'm not against it because I think it's bad. I'm not against it because of any of those reasons. I just know what it is, so I will only use it sparingly. It's not a full-time thing. It's not something how you get girls. It's something you use sparingly in moments, but you have to do it in order to get the confidence to use it in those moments. And the problem with YouTube and the problem with all this access to this information is that it makes guys feel like they can skip over to actually doing it and just get to the finish line and be good at game. And that's not the case. You're not going to skip over the hard part. You just know what's on the other side, right? These other guys didn't know what was on the other side. They had to, you know, cut through the jungle and get to the other side and see. Y'all know what's there, but you still got to cut through the jungle. right? So it's that's the only difference. But because you know it's on the other side, you feel like you can skip over that middle part, and that's a big problem with the new school players, right? The new school men is that we're trying to skip over the hard part and just, get the interested girl. Guys are trying to just, oh, I'm only going to talk to the girls that are interested in me, but you don't know how to tell if a girl's interested in you. You're not going to tell that for real unless you experience it. Unless you go out, you deal with a girl that's not interested in you. You deal with a girl that's kind of interested in you, and then you deal with a girl that's interested in you. And then you'll be able to say, oh, I know what it feels like and I know what it looks like when a girl's interested in me. You can't learn that in a video. So guys gotta stop being so afraid, right? Feel that sexual confidence. A lot of times you're not gonna have that because you haven't had the experiences, right? So you can't build that sexual confidence. These guys have sexual confidence. They like, I know I'm gonna tear her up because they've cut through the jungle and they had the experiences and they know, man, I know I will tear a girl up. You're trying to be the final product, but you don't have the intangibles that you gain along the way to become the final product, right? You build that sexual confidence by going through the jungle. You build the charisma by going through the jungle. You build the ability to read the signs and understand the situation by going through the jungle. This is like a map, right? This channel, other channels, it's like a map to get through the jungle. Right, it tells you like, oh, there's this, there's that, this is coming up, this is going to be on your right, this is going to be on your left, but you still have to actually be in the jungle. You still have to put yourself out there and know that, okay, it's not a GPS, right? It's a map. So it's a little bit, it's going to tell you the general gist of where things are, but everything's not going to be perfect. And you can't be afraid to mess up, and you can't be afraid to make mistakes, and you can't be afraid to look stupid, and you can't be afraid of all those things. All that is necessary, and that's something that the old school players didn't have a choice with. They just had to stumble through it and make it to the other side. And we feel like we don't have to stumble through it in the new school. But I'm here to tell you that you do. You're going to have to stumble through it. That's the only way you're going to build the intangibles to really be good with women. That's how I had to do it. I had to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna ask out mad girls. I'm gonna just go, hey, what's up? I think you cute. You wanna go out? No? All right. Hey, what's up? I think you look good. You wanna go out? Nope. Okay. All right, let me try just asking them straightforward. It's not working. Let me try to have a conversation. Hey, how you doing today? You good? Yeah, what you working on? Cool, okay. I think you're cute. You wanna go out? You know what I'm saying? I had to build that and until I learned how to have a conversation, until I learned how to, or I learned the right moments to just go straight forward. Or I learned when I can be aggressive with it versus when when it makes more sense to be subtle with it. Like I had to learn those things by doing them, by actually going out and doing them and thinking about it like an experiment. Like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to 10 girls today. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is this gonna work? Right? When I watch content and then I went and I did it as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Like, rest in peace to Roger Allen Curry. He's one of the, original Manosphere guys. One of the only people I would really watch consistently. And he had this thing called Mode 1. And it was basically about just being super direct and super straightforward with women. Like, just going up to them like, hey, what's up? You look good. Like, you trying to get out of here and do something? Like, really like that, like caveman vibes. You know what I'm saying? Just straight to the point. So when I got his book, I read the book. I took that energy that energy you feel when you watch a good video. I took that energy and I went out and tried it immediately. I didn't sleep with the girl, but it wasn't bad results, right? It didn't work to get exactly what I wanted, but she gave me her phone number. We had a conversation on the phone. We was talking for a little bit on the phone, but she was just kind of like too curious and asking me like questions like, oh, is this the first time you've ever done this? Is this? Like, why'd you choose me as the first one? And then I just kind of got like impatient about it. I was like, hey, you know what? It's cool. If you're interested, you got my number. Cool. And I was done with it. Right. But I took stuff that I saw in videos and content, and I was like, let me go try this right now. Let me go try this. In 2020, I spent I really during COVID had the chance to really just like try a lot of stuff, like dating app stuff. I remember I seen something on YouTube where they were doing like the Chad experiments. So guys were just saying like reckless, random things to girls. So I was like, let me try that. So I tried. Boom, it worked. On a couple girls, it worked. You know what I mean? So like it just, you have to try things to see what works to know. And y'all cannot avoid that. Y'all can't. You can have the map, but you still got to go through the jungle, right? So get your ass up and go to the jungle. Go find out what's in there. Go see the monkeys, go see the snakes, go see the tarantulas, all that shit. Y'all got to get up and go out there and see what's out there and experience it so you can learn what works, especially specifically for you, because nobody on YouTube is going to have advice that works exactly for you. You got to figure that out. All right, fellas, so that's the video for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. I got my coaching calls in the description box, Instagram in the description box. And y'all know what it is. It's mind over matter, marvel over matter. Let's get it.